Hello everyone. I hope all are studying well. In last videos we have completed up to 6th activity. So in this video I am going to start from 7th activity. So what is about 7th activities means it is about what acid is going to contain. So what acids contains we are going to see in this activity. So let's do the 7th activity. So to do this activity, first we have to prepare 4 solutions. So firstly you have to take 4 different beakers. In that 4 beakers you have to prepare 4 different solutions. So what solutions you have to prepare, let's see. Yes, so to do this activity, firstly we have to take 4 beakers. In that 4 beakers, in each beaker, we have to prepare 4 different solutions. So first solution is alcohol. Yes, alcohol solution we have to prepare. In the second beaker, you have to prepare glucose solution. In the third beaker, you have to prepare hydrochloric acid solution. In fourth beaker, you have to prepare sulfuric acid solution. So in each beaker we have prepared 4 different type of solutions. Yes. So after that what we have to do means we have to take a beaker. Yes. So let's take a beaker. So in that beaker you have to place 2 graphite rods. And to that 2 graphite rods we have to connect 2 different wires. Two different wires should be connected to this graphites. So firstly we have to take 100 ml of beaker. So in that beaker you have to place 2 graphite rods. 2 graphite rods. Next to that graphite rods you have to connect 2 different wires. So that 2 wires should be have a bulb, and also the ends of the wires should be connected AC plug. Here you have to connect the 2 ends of wires to AC plug. And here we have to take a bulb to 1 wire. Yes. This is all about what we have to take in this experiment. So firstly, after taking all these solutions, so what solution, all this equipment, what solution we have to take and what we are going to observe. So we are going to observe by taking this solution. When you take this solution, when that bulb is going to glow. Yes, so if I take alcohol solution here, yes, here I have taken alcohol solution. So what I have to observe? We have to observe that when we take that alcohol solution, will the bulb glow or not? Yes, so if you take alcohol solution, you have to observe the bulb will glow or not. The bulb will glow or not? The bulb will not glow when you take alcohol solution. So after that, just remove that alcohol solution and then you take glucose solution into this beaker. So when I add glucose solution into this beaker, will the bulb glow? Does the bulb glow? The bulb doesn't glow. Yes, so when I have taken alcohol solution, the bulb is not glowing, and after taking it out, again I have taken glucose solution, then also the bulb is not glowing. Then remove it. So now beaker is empty. Now beaker is empty. So now I am going to take HCl solution. So in that HCl solution, what we have to fix? We have to fix 2 graphite rods, and that graphite rod should be connected to a wire, and the ends of the wire should be connected to a AC plug, and it also should have bulb. Yes, okay. So when I have taken first 2 solutions, the bulb doesn't glow. So next I am going to take HCl solution, hydrochloric acid. So when I have taken hydrochloric acid in that beaker, the bulb start to glow. The bulb start to glow. Okay. Yes. So that is my third observation. And next I am going to take sulfuric acid. So now I am going to remove this HCl and now I am going to pour sulfuric acid into this beaker. So when I have placed this sulfuric acid into that beaker, then also bulb starts to glow. Yes. So then also the bulb starts to glow. So when I use first 2 solution, the bulb doesn't glow. But when I take in HCl and H2SO4, bulb starts to glow. Why? What happens? What is the reason to glow that bulb? So let's see the reason. Yes. So when I placed HCl or else H2SO4 in this beaker, what happened means there is a presence of H plus ions. There is a presence of H plus ions. That means when I am taking acids, hydrochloric acid and sulfuric acid. So when I am taking acids, the acids are going to have H plus ions. Yes, so when these H plus ions are present in this, when there is a movement in that H plus ions, there is a flow of electricity. Yes, when there is a H plus ions presence in this conductor, because of this solution, which solution? HCl and H2SO4. When there is a presence of H plus ions and when there is a movement in that H plus ions, then it helps to flow the electricity through the solution. Yes, when there is a movement in the H plus ions, it helps to flow the electricity through the solution. Yes, that means acids are going to conduct the electricity. So acids are good conductors of electricity. Only acids are good conductors of electricity. Bases are not good conductors of electricity. No, bases are also good conductors of electricity when they are dissolved in water. Yes, acids are good conductors of electricity because they are producing H plus ions, and bases also good conductors of electricity, but that bases should be dissolved in water. For example, if you take NaOH, sodium hydroxide, yes, it will dissolve in water. So when it dissolves in water, it is going to produce OH minus ions. Yes, so acids will produce H plus ions and bases will produce OH minus ions. So when they produces H plus ions or OH minus ions, they acts as a good conductors of electricity. That means acids are good conductors of electricity and bases are also good conductors of electricity. From this experiment, what we have concluded? We have concluded that presence of H plus or OH minus will helps to flow the current through the solution. So we have completed 7th activity. So now we know acids produces H plus ions, they are good conductors of electricity, and bases produces OH minus ions, they are good conductors of electricity. Okay, so next we are going to see about 8th activity, that is do acids produces ions only in aqueous solution. So now we are going to see, do acids produces ions in aqueous solutions. So let's see. Yes, so acids produces ions in only aqueous solutions, or what we are going to see. So to do this activity, what we have to do means, firstly we have to take sodium chloride and sulfuric acid. So firstly what we have to do means, you have to take test tube. Yes, in that test tube you have to take solid form of NaCl. Yes, so first you have to take solid form of NaCl. In that solid form of NaCl, just you have to pour concentrated solution of H2SO4. Next you have to take concentrated solution of H2SO4. So firstly you have to take NaCl and next you have to take some amount of H2SO4. So when they both are mixed, what happens? We see. To see that, just take a single hole rubber cock. Yes, place a single hole rubber cock which is having only one hole. Through that hole, just place a delivery tube. Place a delivery tube. Yes. So firstly we have taken a test tube. In that we have taken solid form of sodium chloride. In that you have to mix sulfuric acid. So after mixing sulfuric acid, you have to take single holed rubber cock. Now through that you have to keep delivery tube. Yes. So after keeping the delivery tube, what happens? When they both are mixed, what happens? It is going to evolve with gas. So when they both are mixed, it is going to evolve gas. So what type of gas it is going to evolve? Means HCl. Yes. So when these both are mixed, there is a chemical reaction. When there is a chemical reaction taking place, there is a gas evolving. So that gas is HCl. Yes. So firstly, we will write the chemical equation of it. NaCl plus H2SO4 gives rise to NaCl plus H2SO4 gives rise to HCl plus Na2SO4. Yes, sodium chloride, when it reacts with sulfuric acid, it is going to give HCl gas, and sodium sulfate. We will balance now the equation. Yes, there are 2 sodiums, here 2 here, and here 2 hydrogens, no? 2. Yes, observe the equation. 2 sodiums, 1 chlorine, 1 chlorine, 2 hydrogens, 2 hydrogens, and SO4, SO4. The equation is balanced. So when we react NaCl and H2SO4, there is a gas is evolving. That gas is hydrochloric acid. Okay. So to taste that glass, you have to place 2 blue litmus papers. Yes. So just place 2 types of litmus paper. So first blue litmus paper is dry, and the second blue litmus paper is wet. Yes. So first blue litmus paper is dry, and the second blue litmus paper is wet. So firstly, I am going to place blue litmus paper which is dry. So keep that blue litmus paper here. So when I keep that blue litmus paper there, already you know what, if you take a blue litmus paper, when it is exposed to acid, it changes its color into red. But if you take blue litmus paper, if it is exposed to base, then will it change its color? No, it will not change its color. So already we know that HCl is acid. So when I take dry litmus paper, that dry blue litmus paper, when I placed here, there is no color change. That means here HCl is not acid. Yes, okay. Afterwards, when I placed wet blue litmus paper, what happened means its color is changed. That means I can say that it is acid. Yes, we know that blue litmus paper changes its color into red litmus paper. Yes, okay. When we have taken acid. Yes, okay. So here when I have placed the dry blue litmus paper, there is no color change in this blue litmus paper. But when I placed wet litmus paper, there is a color change into red. That means here we can say that hydrochloric acid is acidic in nature. That means what happened here, that HCl is reacted with the water. So when HCl reacts with water, it is going to produce H3O plus ions and Cl minus ions. Yes, so when HCl, the HCl gas is there, no, when it is reacted with the water, that means wet blue litmus paper. So when it is reacted with the water, it is going to produce H3O plus ions and Cl minus ions. That means if you observe, it is going to produce H plus ions. Yes, it is going to produce H plus ions. So where there is a presence of H plus ions, we can say there is a loss of electrons. So when there is a loss of electrons, we can say that it is a cation. Yes, yes. So when there is a loss of electrons, we can say it is a cation, no? Yes. So what happens, this H plus ion can react with 4 to 6 water molecules. What happens, this H plus ions can combine with 4 to 6 water molecules. So it will attract to water. Why? Because there is a presence of oxygen, no? To attract that oxygen, it is going to react with water. So when this H plus ions reacts with water, there is a formation of H3O plus. Yes, so when there is a loss of electrons of H plus ions, it is going to react with water because there is a presence of oxygens. So to gain that oxygens, it will attract to water. So when it is reacted with the water, it is going to produce H3O plus ions. That means from this experiment, we can conclude that acids can produce H plus ions and H3O plus ions. Yes, so from this activity, what we can conclude? We can conclude that acids can produce H plus ions and H3O plus ions. So here Firstly, what we have taken? We have taken a test tube. In that test tube, first we have to take solid form of sodium chloride. In that you have to mix concentrated H2SO4. So when you mix, there is a gas evolving. So that gas evolves through the delivery tube. So at end of delivery tube, you have to place two types of blue litmus papers. One is dry and another one is wet. When you keep dry blue litmus paper near the end of the delivery tube, what happens? There is no color change in the blue litmus paper. But when you place red litmus paper near the end of the delivery tube, there is a color change from blue litmus to red litmus. So it is changed into red color. So we will see that chemical reaction in equation form. Yes, so here sodium chloride, when it is reacted with sulfuric acid, we get a gas, it is called hydrochloric gas and sodium sulfate. So here that gas reacts with the wet, then it changes to red. But when it reacts with dry, is it going to change its color? No. So when HCl reacts with water, it is going to produce H3O plus ions and Cl minus. So that means we can see the presence of H plus ion, and that H plus ions reacts with, they start to attract the water. Yes, so why they start to attract the water? Because in water there is a presence of oxygen. Yes, so to attract that oxygen, it starts to attract the water molecules. One H plus ion is capable to combine from 4 to 6 water molecules. So when they combine with the water molecule, it is going to produce H3O plus ions. So from this, what we can conclude? We can conclude that acids can produce H plus ions and H3O plus ions. And if suppose if you take base, yes, base which are soluble in water, what happens? If you take NaOH, when they are soluble in water, sodium hydroxide is soluble in water. So what ions it is going to produce? Na plus OH minus ion. If you take potassium hydroxide, what ions it is going to produce? K plus OH minus ions. And magnesium hydroxide, so what ions it is going to produce? It is going to produce Mg2 plus 2OH minus ions. Yes, in acids we are going to see H plus ions or H3O plus ions, and in base we are going to see OH minus ions. So this activity is completed. We will see the next activity. So let's see next activity 9. What do you observe when water is mixed with acid or base? That means we are going to observe what happens when acid reacts with water or base reacts with water. So let's see. So to do this activity, first we require 2 test tubes. Yes, so take 2 test tubes. In each test tube, just take 10 ml of water. Here I have taken 10 ml of water, and here also I have taken 10 ml of water. So in the first test tube, I am going to mix H2SO4, sulfuric acid. Yes, so in the first test tube, take 10 ml of water. In that 10 ml of water, just mix some amount of sulfuric acid. So when you mix that sulfuric acid to that, what happens? After mixing, if you touch that test tube, you feel very hot. That means when they both are reacted, water and sulfuric acid are reacted, there is a production of heat. That means it produces heat. So when it is going to produce heat, we can say it is a acid. Okay. So in the second test tube, already we have taken 10 ml of water. So to that I am going to mix NaOH, some amount of NaOH. Yes. So sodium hydroxide, yes, solution, when it is mixed with the 10 ml of water, what happens means, after mixing sodium hydroxide solution into the second test tube, what happens means, it is going to release some heat. Here also there is a production of heat. When you touch this test tube also, you feel it is hot. That means here, when they both are reacted, they released heat. When they both are reacted, they released heat. Okay. So next, what we can observe from this two test tube means, when acid is reacted with water, they released heat, and when base is reacted with water, their heat is liberated. So when there is a reaction taking place, if there is a liberation of heat, we can say that reaction as a exothermic reaction. Yes, we can say that reaction as the exothermic reaction. Yes, so when there is some more amount of heat is being produced from that test tube, then it may cause to break that glasses also. Yes, it may cause to break that test tube also. Yes, so when excess amount of energy is going to be released, so then we can say it as a dilution. When there is a excess amount of energy is going to be released, we can say it as a dilution. Yes, so what is dilution? What is dilution means? I will write the definition here. Yes, so let me write definition. Where is the duster? Yes, so what is the definition of dilution? Mixing of acid or base with water to decrease the concentration of H3O plus or OH minus ions per unit volume is called dilution. Yes, so here we have taken concentrated solution. So when you take concentrated solution, to decrease its concentration, we have mixed it with the water. So when you mix it with the water, you can see decrease in the concentration of H3O plus ions or else OH minus ions. Yes, so when there is an excess amount of heat is being produced, when there is excess amount of energy is going to be released, so then we can say it as a dilution. Yes, so from this activity what we have learned, when acids react with water, there is a production of heat, and when bases are reacted with water, there is a production of heat. When there is an excess amount of energy is going to be released from that solution, then we can call it as a then that process can be called it as a dilution. So what is that process called? We call it as a dilution, and its definition I already have written on board. We have completed up to 9th activity. So remaining activities we will see in the next videos. So if you like the video, for more updates, please subscribe to my channel, like and share the videos to your friends or colleagues who are required this knowledge.